Spawn Timber returns, and this one is special. 2022 marks the 30th anniversary of Al Simmons' Adventures in Hell, and Todd McFarlane is no stranger to paying homage to the works of other artists, or even himself, so the series has a ton of Spawnified classic covers as well as a few tributes back to Spawn by other artists, and McFarlane himself. So let's dive right in and go back to where it all started. This is Cover to Cover, where I cover people making covers of classic comic covers. 1992's Spawn number 1 has seen homages for issue 50 in 1996, Spawn Origins Volume 1 in 2009, the 25th anniversary director's cut, and Spawn 220, which had 2 variants. It has also been homaged by Lethargic Comics Weekly number 1, Defective Comics, Fred Ascare's Creature Collection, Radioactive Man number 1000, Lady Death Revelations Nightcrawler edition, Ash vs the Army of Darkness number 2, Monstrous number 10, Yule's Vision number 1, 94 number 1, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 43, The Sav number 1, The American Discord Covers Project Addendum, Hell Witch Sacrilegious number 1, Red Room number 4, and parodied in Splitting Image number 1 and Spoon number 1. Spawn number 8 was parodied by Psycho Duck number 4. 2017's Hardly Thin number 1 paid homage to Spawn number 9 for one of its variants. Spawn number 10 was homaged by Lethargic Comics number 1. Spawn number 19 was homaged by number 287 and Mortal Kombat 11. In 1994, Spawn number 25 was homaged by Cyberforce Volume 2 number 8, the former being drawn by Mark Silvestri and the latter by Todd McFarlane. Spawn number 200 received a sequel of sorts 20 issues later for the 20th anniversary. Spawn number 230 was an homage to Batman number 423. The Lady Death Echoes tribute to this cover drew more from the Spawn version than the Batman one. Lady Death number 1 25th anniversary edition had an homage to Spawn number 300's J. Scott Campbell variant. Spawn number 313 was homaged by Tigumverse number 1. Do You Poo, a Deadpool parody comic, had a bunch of Spawn homage variant covers. Number 1, the number 1 pullout poster. Number 2, number 7, number 19, number 23, number 88, number 230, number 280, number 285, number 289, number 296, number 300, number 300, number 300, number 300, number 309, number 313, number 313, number 316, number 320, Batman/Spawn, Batman/Spawn Inner Demons, and Batman/Spawn War Devil. Batman/Spawn has been homaged by 1994's Lethargic Comics number 7 and 2020's Killing Red Sonja number 2. And now that homages to Spawn are out of the way, let's move on to the main presentation, Spawn homaging other covers. 1992 Spawn number 1 has seen homages for issue 50 in 1996, Spawn Origins Volume 1 in 2009, and Spawn 220, which had 2 variants. And there's also, to celebrate Spawn's 20th anniversary in 2012, the series began a lengthy series of tributes and homages to classic covers starting with number 220. There are tributes to fellow Image icons Youngblood number 1 and Savage Dragon number 1. The Batman number 615 tribute was even done by its original artist, Jim Lee. But McFarlane isn't afraid to pay homage to himself with a cute homage to Spawn number 1 and a sequel to the then fairly recent Spawn number 200. Number 221 drew on Spider-Man's iconic debut issue that even launched this show, Amazing Fantasy number 15. Number 222 cleverly paid homage to McFarlane's own Amazing Spider-Man number 316 with Tremor in Venom's place. Number 320 also paid tribute to this one, only with the Soul Crusher in Venom's place. Number 222 also saw a modern Image tribute with The Walking Dead number 1. For number 224 we got a chunky Spawn in the style of 1986's Batman The Dark Knight Returns number 2. Number 225 was a Spawnified take on The Button from Watchmen number 1, and it had minor variants based around the results of the 2012 US presidential election, which would have been way cooler if it was Obama or Romney in the Spawn suit, just saying. Number 226 saw Violator take on Wolverine's iconic pose from The Incredible Hulk number 340, another McFarlane joint. Another such cover was number 227's The Amazing Spider-Man number 300 tribute. Number 228 went all the way back to Superman's debut in Action Comics number 1. Number 229 again saw Spawn take Hulk's place from Incredible Hulk Special number 1. Number 230 finally gave Spawn's cape some love by cribbing from Batman number 423. Number 231 received another Spider-Man tribute, this one being Spider-Man number 1, also by McFarlane. A decade later, number 327 returned to this piece, only with Haunt taking centre stage this time. For the 25th anniversary in 2017, Spawn number 1 Director's Cut featured a tribute to Ultimate Spider-Man number 1 for its cover. Spawn number 279 was another Walking Dead tribute, number 115 in this case. Spawn/Batman saw McFarlane pay homage to the crossover's writer, Frank Miller, with a cover inspired by The Dark Knight Returns number 1. In 2019, Spawn Kills Everyone 2 number 3 capitalised on the hype surrounding Avengers Infinity War with an homage to Infinity Gauntlet number 1. I just love the implication that there's a Spawn gem. Spawn number 298 was another McFarlane Spidey homage, Amazing Spider-Man number 298 in this case. It's a fitting choice since that was McFarlane's first work on Spider-Man. Number 299 likewise drew on Amazing Spider-Man number 299 for its cover. And since he already homaged number 300 7 years earlier, he reworked it into more of an 80s style and then reused it for number 301 to finish the set, sadly missing the chance to use a different costume to reflect Spidey's costume change. Following Chadwick Boseman's death in 2020, Spawn number 311 paid homage to the man by depicting a Boseman-looking Al Simmons in a pose and costume variant inspired by Boseman's take on Black Panther. Mortal Kombat 11 paid homage with an outro coming from Spawn number 250, one from a piece of artwork I can't identify, and an intro borrowing from Soul Calibur 2's intro. And finally, for the Scorched miniseries in 2022, McFarlane made the covers of issues 3 to 6 a tribute to the iconic mural of variants from 1991's X-Men Volume 2 number 1. Also, it's not official, but this Batman number 608 tribute I found on ArtStation is just awesome. And those are, I believe, all the Spawn covers that are homages or have been homaged. There are probably more out there, and you know there'll be plenty more in the future. Personally, I'd love to see Todd take a shot at Scorpion's Revenge or the NetherRealm logo because Spawn and Scorpion are too similar not to pay homage to one another. If you do it before January, you'll be doing more to celebrate MK's 30th anniversary than its owners, Todd. Think about it. If you liked this video, why not subscribe and support me on Patreon like these fine people here? If not, then make sure to share it with your enemies so they can suffer along with you. Today's recommended video is Konami Spawn video game by Diego Rivera. As of this writing, the video has 666 views, and I think that alone makes it worth shilling.